Hiya folks, how's it going? My name is Lexi and I really love tabletop role-playing games. So much so that we sit down together once a week every week and I review one here at the gaming table. I try to keep these videos on the shorter side, under 10 minutes, so we can both find our next game. If that sounds interesting to you, I encourage you to press subscribe and keep watching today's video. If you would like to go the extra special mile for the gaming table, there is a link in my description box where you can donate to the channel. All those donations go straight back into the running costs of the channel. Please don't feel like you have to though. I really appreciate everyone coming together to discuss games with me. Today we are taking a look at a game that I kind of kept putting off checking out. I had such a pile of games I was trying to get through that I waited until it was a little bit lower and then I eventually caved. From Free League Publishing, the Free League Publishing Workshop, Stockholm Cartel, and Occult Orkmaster Games, this is Mork Borg. The world of Mork Borg is not a cheerful place. The setting in the manual is called the Doomed World. There's different settlements and states in this world, and all of them are pretty miserable. The manual introduces you to the setting by telling the story of a many-headed evil basilisk and an impending apocalypse. Basically, the end times are now, and they have been now for a very long time. If you want some ideas about where you could start your game, you get a couple of write-ups of different places. The first one we visit is a city. It is called Galgenbach, and its ruler consorts with corrupt evil beings to maintain her power. Then there is Sorkash, a cursed forest with ancient and evil ruins. If you're keen to check out a gothic castle, you could visit the palace of the Shadow King, which is filled with his minions ready to do his bidding. On a peninsula, there is a place called Griff, which has unnatural bloodthirsty creatures crawling out of the soil. Perhaps you would like to see the desolate Kurgus, or perhaps the nearby Valley of the Unfortunate Undead. Surrounding these intriguing places is the Endless Sea, promising no way out for anyone who wishes to escape. It's an ideal place for an adventure, but I think if I was there on holiday, I would want to have really good travel insurance. Each location in the game manual gets a short little write-up, only about a paragraph or so you can add your own details and flourishes to them, or you could focus your game on a place you would create to exist on the map. At the start of the day, dawn, the manual states that the game master needs to roll to see how long the misery of life in this world is going to go on. They do this by rolling some polyhedral dice. Of course, depending on how you roll, you will need to add some new horror to the landscape. Or the world of the game could implode as the world finally decides to put the final touch on the apocalypse and end it all. It doesn't even matter if you're partway through a game. The apocalypse waits for no one. Mork Borg is what I would describe as a rules-light system. It's a D20 rollover system, so for most tasks that you're presented with, a player is going to roll a D20 and try to beat a challenge number presented by the game master. That's pretty much most of the mechanics. You could also use some other polyhedral dice for different mechanical effects. Creating a character for this game is designed to be fast. That's because you probably will need to roll up a replacement character before your game is done. The manual gives you 5 steps to create a randomized character. This system has you discovering by rolling your character's equipment, scores, hit points, and then you give them a name. If you want to go a bit more in depth with your character creation, there's some more tables you can roll on to add some backstory to your character, and those backstories tend to be pretty grim. The manual also gives you the option to create a character with a class. Now this is optional, you don't have to, but I really do have to say I love the class options in this game. We have a Fanged Deserter, Gutterborn Scum, Esoteric Hermit, Wretched Royalty, Heretical Priest, and Occult Herb Master. If you are sitting down and starting a game of Mork Borg and you're not sure where you want to start, There is a pre-written adventure at the back of the manual, which is a bit of a classic dungeon crawl with a really good flavouring and exploration of what is achievable in Mork Borg, especially the amount of misfortune that can befall a party. There is also a rules reference located at the back of the book. They've also made this available online for free, which I deeply appreciate. I do really appreciate when game publishers provide resources to play the game more easily at the table, especially when that's at no cost. For me, it makes the game more accessible. It's really nice to have a quick little cheat sheet for players to reference when they're a little bit stuck trying to think what they might do and what options their characters have access to. I do have to say, this is not an easy game manual to read. It's visually busy, and the style often overwhelmed me when I was trying to take in the information about how you play the game. Normally, I would consider clarity in a tabletop role-playing game to be of the utmost importance. For Mork Borg though, I kind of feel okay with the game manual being unclear. The style is so bombastic and so flavorful and in your face that it really gets across the tone of the game. I think if you are looking to play the game, I would just give yourself a little bit more time to take in the game and the world that it's set in. While I suppose this isn't a direct part of the game, I do want to briefly talk about the licensing that is available for the game Mork Borg. The creators of Mork Borg have provided a third-party license. I had a read-through of the rules of this licensing agreement, and to me it reads as pretty generous and liberal. You don't have to reach out to the publishers and get their blessing to make your own content for Mork Borg for publication. There's a couple of guidelines to follow, and they even encourage you to say that it is compatible with Mork Borg for a publication. Something I found particularly interesting is the third-party agreement allows you to reproduce a mechanic from the original game manual if it is pertinent to what you're creating in your third-party product. I found the wording of the agreement to be pretty straightforward. The main thing that there's a harsh no on is no NFTs. I personally am a big fan of this licensing agreement. I think it is a smart business decision to make it easy for people to make and enjoy your game. There's plenty of supplements already out there from the original publishers, but having things that are from third-party publishers means there's more content for your game, and people could potentially use Mork Borg to play so many different genres and styles of games using the base mechanics. This game is for people who are fans of seeing a skeleton wielding a sword. The aesthetics are inspired by metal music, and the genre definitely has a distinct fantasy lean to it. Mork Borg is categorized as an OSR-inspired game, so I honestly think there's going to be a lot of appeal to it. I suppose if you are looking for a gentler setting with gentler mechanics and less chances of character death, perhaps you would need a different game. I know for some people the setting and the high death rate of characters are going to be points in its favor. A copy of this game manual retails for around $39 US. I got mine for just about $60 Australian. It happened to be on sale, so that I got pretty lucky. It is also a beautifully made manual as well. I will say, if you do enjoy Mork Borg, you are probably going to be purchasing quite a few supplements for it, not only because of the cool aesthetic image that the game has, but also because there's so much out there that seems like a lot of fun to play with. I can see why Mork Borg has been a popular game. From the way the book is presented to the freedom to create your own content for it, I think this game is appealing to both players and game creators. But what do you think? Does Mork Borg appeal to you, or is it not your thing? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. While you are down there, I encourage you to like this video, maybe even share it with a friend who might find it interesting. If you would like to keep up with what I'm posting on the gaming table, please feel free to subscribe and turn on notifications. If you would like to do something extra special for the channel, you can donate to the channel using my link in the description box to my Ko-Fi page. All those donations go straight back into the running costs of the channel, such as supplementing getting games printed when they're sent to me, And I put a little thank you at the end of my videos to acknowledge everyone who's donated in the previous month. Please do not feel like you have to though. I just really appreciate having you all here with me and discussing these cool games. I want to thank you all again for watching and discussing Mork Borg with me. I hope you're all well, and I look forward to seeing you next time at the gaming table. Bye!